We had to go through around more than 1,000 plus responses for identifying the resource constraint. Like first we did individual screenings of how we feel about the applications and then divided into 3 priority.
Then consent forms are sent to the decided batch. Then after getting students' consents, pre-arrival forms are sent according to the availability of quarantine rooms.
The mail student get a pre-arrival form that have each and every detail की campus में what the things are going on, how you have to come to campus, what you have to do after coming to campus, and what are the quarantine facilities available to them and how they have to follow it.
Now students have to fill that pre-arrival form and then they indicate which date they are going to come, or we give them a preference of dates. They select those dates and on those dates we book that particular room.
So as soon as a student arrives on campus, their name is checked off at the main gate from the pre-arrival sheet. They are then sent to the quarantine hostel. Their food as well as the cleaning of that hostel is coordinated by the STF with the PHO as well as the caterer of the messes. The student is then supposed to undergo a specified number of days of quarantine as per BMC rules.
The IIT hospital first shares that information with the Dean SA, and then Dean SA shares that information with the student task force members. So one of us coordinates with the public health office to get that particular floor sanitized as soon as possible, and one coordinates with the security office and the BMC officials to get that particular floor isolated or quarantined according to the BMC guidelines.
Then we contact all the students who are there in that floor to come back to the room. Then there is a CTT, contact tracing team. So we had to undergo a training from Johns Hopkins University, one online course we did in Coursera before joining CTT, and we used to call students, ask them where they went, whom did they interact, how was the interaction, how long was the interaction, did you maintain distance, like that.
Then they investigate the high risk contacts. Then they make a detailed contact tracing report. So that report has everything. So the current condition of the patient, where all he went and where, like with whom he interacted in the past 10 days, and a list of potential high risk contacts.
High risk cases as recommended by contact tracing team IIT Bombay are shifted to the separate quarantine facility, and the hostel GSEC takes care of the food arrangements of that particular floor.
So like we always follow the BMC guidelines. So like there is an institute task force. So institute task force consists of DDAIA, Dean SAS, Dean APs, Dean IPS, people from security, people from PHO, estate office, EMD. So institute task force meets every Friday. So like that is when all these discussions come up. We have our representatives in institute task force. Then we submit our recommendation to institute task force. Like during second wave, the number of cases were quite high. So like the STF had suggested initially to shut down the main gate. So like that the institute does not get any COVID cases from outside, nor the cases inside the campus go out.
All of us meet and then we decide the feasibility of opening up that particular facility in terms of providing ventilation, in terms of providing sort of these stickers that allow people to stand a few feet apart from each other, and also we put up posters everywhere to reinforce COVID behavior.
After the first dose of vaccination, there was some major relaxation in quarantine facilities. Like earlier, there was no such thing as short quarantine, but right now we have short quarantine for people for vaccinated people with negative RT-PCR. And after second vaccination in campus, we are expecting some more relaxations.
The institute is now planning to open the hostel gyms subject to the condition of proper ventilation in gymnasium areas. STF at background prepares the common rules that need to be followed to use that particular facility.
The situation on campus during the second wave was not very good. It was very grim because case after case were cropping up in the student community, and floor after floor of some of the hostels were getting sealed. The students themselves were very anxious because many of them had to undergo repeated quarantine because of the very high caseload at the time.
But then we were reaching at a time 4 lakh cases per day during the second wave. So at that time there was a thought among the institute, some quarters of the institute and government, that we need to shut down the institute. But I'm very thankful to DDAIA and especially Professor George and Professor Kundu. They said, we are not going to shut down the institute.
The hospital was ready. We had an extension of hospital, like in hostel 16. So we had enough number of beds. So like we had oxygen cylinders. So COVID-wise we were ready. But the main problem was that the support system. Support system. What I mean is that the PHO, mess staff, and the security staff. If any of them is compromised, then we might have to shut down the institute. So suppose say if a mess worker is tested positive, all the mess staff will be under quarantine. Then that hostel will really suffer, considering that many of the floors are also sealed. So we need mess staff to deliver food to the rooms. The other thing which we were quite afraid was BMC. So like if BMC loses confidence on us, then also again we are in trouble. There was a possibility that if things escalate, we might need to shut down. So like before actual shutting down, we had several contingencies. So suppose say like a complete lockdown in the institute for 14 days. 14 days such that all the hostels will be sealed, nobody will move out of their room, food will be delivered to their room. Ceasing of all the academic activities for 14 days. The shutting down of the main gate. So that was also a contingency plan. So we were going to implement all those things one by one, and the last option was that if we were not able to manage, then the institute would have shut down.
This one guy, he used to call me GSEC A, PG, GSEC HA, GSEC, every GSECs. If we want to come back, I want to come back to campus, I am having lot of problem like this, like that, and all he used to say. So he gave 3 different addresses to all the 3 people. To me, he gave, I am from Rajasthan. To another person, he said, I am from Uttar Pradesh. Then to another person, he said that I am from Haryana. Then when we contacted, he said that no, actually I am now living in Rajasthan. I used to live in Uttar Pradesh. Then due to COVID, I had to travel to Haryana, and then I had to travel to Rajasthan. I know many fake people who got it, but we did not use that to tighten the system more, because there were some very vulnerable people who could not take up the courage to say the thing. So it was okay to let 2 or 3 fake people to come in because of the system was system's loophole, but it was not okay to lose even one single genuine student to come in.
So post that, we are also receiving a lot of ad hoc emails and requests from faculty advisors, students, and different tech teams and deans, and we are also trying to accommodate the request at a time. And that's why please just bear with us and for a while, and we will try to call back as many students as possible in the next month.
Our phone used to ring continuously, and phone calls used to come at odd times. 1 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the night. Somebody comes up in the gate at 3 a.m. in the morning. The security is not allowing. Then you have to travel from hostel 12, 13, 14 to get that student inside. Your sleep is lost. So every committee meeting is 3 hours minimum. So we used to. There was a time when there were at least two minimum meetings were there. You don't have any personal time left.
Quarantine is not easy for anybody, and whenever we had to put students under quarantine after a case would come up, we would face some backlash from them, because immediately your life has just come to a halt. Somebody would be in the middle of a very important experiment, and then we would call them and say, come back ASAP, there's been a case on your floor and you need to quarantine yourself. That was very tough. Handling those students was very, very tough.
So students somehow feel that we are the ones who are imposing the quarantine, or we are the ones who are imposing all the restrictions. But the thing is that we are just following the institute guidelines. The good side was that I got very, very good friends, because these were the friends whom I found during the one of the most difficult times of my life. So I know that I can trust them blindly.
And the most important perks that I get every day are the well wishes and the thankfulness from the IITB community that help me start the next day with more motivation and energy.
There were very, very few people on campus, and now I see it's all slowly coming back to life now. And I think that the happiness that I get of having served the institute, so sort of bringing it back from there to here, is one of the upsides of being part of this student task force.